Alright guys, we have a tricky one here. Let me show you this. I showed the customer this already. I'll show you. So if I touch the glass right here, that bottom line opens up. See it? See that opening and closing? And if I just barely touch right here, that invisible line shows up. Look, there's an invisible line there. It just shows up when I touch the glass. So as I was drilling that, I had to drill it very carefully because this windshield, this is one of those windshields. It's one of those windshields that's just a crack waiting to happen. So again, I make sure I'm centered, but I'm very careful about how much pressure I actually put on the glass itself with the tool. I barely snug it down a little bit. Now that bottom line opened up with just that tiny little bit of pressure. Just the tiniest little bit of pressure. That bottom one opened up, but the invisible one did not yet. So we're good there. If the bottom one cracks, it'll go to the bottom of the windshield. It won't be in the driver's line of sight. We don't want it to crack, but that would be a best case scenario if it does. Right? That would be a best case if it cracks.
Yeah, I understand these windshields cost over $1,000 to replace.
Some of them. Yeah.
You got to recalibrate the camera and the sensor.
Yep. Well, and that depends on what kind of sensors you have too. So, you know, a lot of times the rain sensors that are inside the glass, that's not what they recalibrate. They just recalibrate the lane centering camera, you know, that keeps you centered in your lane and whatnot. The lane warning or whatever they call it. We're going to gently open this top line up here. Gently, gently. Because we want to get it to fill, but we don't want it to crack. But, you know, if I don't open it, it won't fill. So, these are the kind of lines that I really worry about just taking off and doing whatever the heck they want. But if I don't open it, it won't fill. And if I don't fill it, it'll crack later down the road. And that's the last thing we want. So sometimes these can be very, very precarious. We want it to fill, but we don't want it to, we don't want to leave it unfilled, put it that way. That bottom line is already opened as far as it can open. I can't really be pushing on it. I mean, I am just slightly, but it's already opened as far as we want it to open. We don't want it to open any farther. That bottom line is not filling yet, but it's connected to this line. That line's full already most of the way. This one's beginning to fill. This one is filling in nice. That top line, it still isn't filling all the way like it's supposed to. That line over there is filling in nice. This bottom line's not filling. The ghost line is filling. That one's filling in. This one's filling in good. Pull a vacuum. We've got them as full as they're going to get until we draw the air out. Once we get the air out, they'll fill in the rest of the way. So I make a lot of videos for YouTube, and I love the fact that I can show just how touchy some of these rock chips are. You know, you just barely touch them and the lines open up. There's a little tiny line on that side over there that's not filling either. Got to get the air out of that one. That top line's full. That little bugger up top is full. Ah, the air is coming out of the invisible line finally. That's a beautiful thing, guys. This one I might have to drill right in the middle and give it a little pop to open it up so I can fill it, because it's just not taking resin. Doesn't seem like it's connected to the rest of the chip. That happens sometimes. You'll get one line that just isn't connected to the rest of the chip at all. So it just won't take resin while you're filling the chip. And you have to give them a little pop to open them up and then fill them separate. I've done that quite a bit. But we'll see. Because pushing on it, it's not, even pushing on it, it's not filling. All the rest of them are filling though. That invisible line is filled. This line is virtually filled. God, I'm barely touching this glass, guys, and these lines are just opening right up. I mean, just barely touching it. You will get familiar with how to test the glass to see how much pressure you can actually put on it without it cracking.
Yeah, I'm sure you do this a lot.
Yes, sir.
You get experience.
But there are times where you can just barely touch a line like this and it'll just decide to go. It'll just be like, that was a tiny bit too much, it'll say, and it'll just take off. Even just barely touching it to open it. I had one the other day did that, last week. Well, a couple of weeks ago now. No, I think it was last week. My time runs pretty much together. As you can see, you called me about an hour ago and I'm already here.
Oh, yes, I'm amazed that you are available today.
I work 7 days a week, my friend. I'll take time off when I die. You know? That's when I'll take my time off, is when I die. Okay, the rest of them are filled in. That's the only one that didn't fill. And most companies would just say, that's as good as we can do. And I'm luckily not most companies. So, yeah, it's not even connected to the rest of the chip. You'll notice as I drill it, it disappears. That's because I'm relaxing the glass. So you notice the line disappeared now? Because I relaxed the glass when I drilled it. Now I could just put a drop of resin in that and call it good, but that wouldn't seal the entire line. That would just glue that part together. There we go. Now do you see that? I got a little tiny chip right there. Right in the middle of the line. So now it'll take resin. And I can fill it the rest of the way. Because I'm not going to leave a crack unfilled. I just won't do it.
Like no stone unturned, no crack unfilled?
Right. I'm just not going to leave knowing that there's a crack that could still spread and cause your windshield to crack wide open. I'm just not going to do that. Never been that kind of person. But now that I've got it opened, it'll take resin real fast because it's just a tiny little line. So it'll take resin really quick here. Get it to pressure a little bit. There we go. And she's full. She is full of resin now.
Well, this car's over 6 years old, and
yeah,
I don't get. That's the first time I got a rock star like that.
Really?
Yeah.
In 6 years?
Yeah.
What about other vehicles you've driven now? Surely,
Oh, yeah.
surely
Yeah.
you've had other rock
Yeah.
chips.
Older cars. Well, I keep making better outer glass, you know.
It's not better. Believe me. It cracks so much easier now than it ever has.
Really?
Yeah, they're making it thinner. They're using thicker laminate in the middle and making the glass itself thinner, so it just cracks real easy now. 10 years ago, glass didn't crack this easy. We could push on it, and I mean, we could just hold the crack open and let it fill with resin. Now we've got to push and let go like a heartbeat. Because if you just push on it and hold on it, it'll just crack. So yeah, they're not, I don't think it's as good as it used to be. We'll get it cured up here. You're still going to get a hint of the lines, a glint of them. The resin filters light differently than the glass, so you're going to catch a glimpse of it here and there. But she should be mostly invisible. Not completely, no. I'm close though. Where'd you find me, on Google?
Yes.
Yeah?
In fact, so I did a quote on Safelight.
Yeah.
$163.
Right?
For one single chip.
Well, that explains why when you called me and I said it's $35, you said, really? And I said, yeah, I'm mobile. I come to you, and you're like, really?
That's true. The other place I sent an email to, and they're not open today, but
right.
They're $49.95. They're 35th West and 4400 South.
Yeah.
Valley Glass, I think.
Yep.
But they're not open today, so I just kept looking on Google, and you showed up.
And I showed up.
Yep.
And there I am, 7 days a week.
Well, amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I don't see any sense in just, I get to ride my bike all day. You know, it's not like I work all week and I only have the weekend to ride.
Yeah.
I get to ride every day.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's my recreation at the same time I'm working. Right? Because I enjoy my bike.
Yeah. Well, I hope you get enough business. You know, your reviews are all great. Unless you wrote them all.
I wish. I wish Google would let us do that. No, Google has to verify that you're a real person every time somebody writes a review. They have to verify that your email address is legit and everything else, and before they'll even post your review. So, you know.
Well, that's good. I mean, I was doing it in years past. Too many false reviews.
Well, see, and that's the thing, too. A small local company like mine, Google knows that I will get some out-of-state reviews from people that are just passing through town, and they have an out-of-state address and phone number and email address and stuff like that, so Google knows that. But if I was getting 100 reviews a week from all over the country, being a small local little business, Google would be like, okay, bitch, you're paying for them, so we're canceling you. And they would cancel me in a heartbeat. Google is not as stupid as people think they are. They're actually pretty smart. But used to, people would do that. You know, people would pay a company for reviews so they could get 1,000 reviews right off the bat, right? And every one of them would be 5-star reviews. And they'd all happen within like a week. And Google smartened up and went, no, sorry, No, we could see somebody having all 5-star reviews if they had 1,000 reviews over 10 years, but not in a week's time. That's impossible. So Google smartened up about that, which was good, because it took all those companies that are trying to get on top right back down to the bottom again. So the companies like myself that work really hard for my reviews, where did it go? Well, now I know it's here. Oh, there it is. Right there. That's the 2 holes I drilled. Goodness.
All right. That was great.
That's pretty good, huh?
I'm sorry I didn't bring them more.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. That's beautiful. Now I got to go fix a windshield chip for a gentleman that was golfing and got a chip in his windshield.
Did this golf ball do it?
I don't know. All I heard his wife say was he was golfing and he got a chip in his windshield. And I said, it's $35 if it's a chip. But I heard him in the background say it's about 3 inches. I said, if it's a crack, it's going to be a kind of a look at it thing and measure it out and see how much that's going to run you. Mm-hmm. So she told him that, and he says, I got $100 if you'll come and fix it today. And I said, I'm going to come and fix it today regardless. I just charge what I charge, right? All right, my friend, let me turn this camera off. Guys, you know what to do. Hit the like button, click the subscribe button, share the video, and throw me some love. I'll see you in the next video.